Hey again, it's Lisa from budgetequestrian.com, and today I'm going to show you how I made this set of jumps. This is basically an overview of the set of jumps that I made, and the reason I did it is I found a jump set just like this one online for a retail price of $2,050. And I'm going to show you how you can make this set of jumps for about $255, so it's a lot cheaper. This video is going to be an overview of the parts that I did, and then later on I'm going to show you how I did each piece individually. So first thing you want to do is you're going to make your jump standards, and once they're made and they've all been sanded down, then you have to use the caulk and fill in any gaps and holes, and then you want to make sure that you get the bases in as well as the underneath portion of the standard. I always do this part first before I paint it, because then when I'm painting it, what it does is it makes it really nice and smooth, and it makes the jump standard look like it is all one solid piece. And the caulking on the bottom of it actually helps to keep it weather tight, and so that'll prevent any damage from getting in the bottom of your jump standard. It'll make it sturdier and more stable. Once you have done the base, then you're going to go back and finish painting the primer coat on all of the standards. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just going over all of the standards with the primer. Once the primer is dry, then you can put whatever color you want on the jump standard. So this color I'm using is a green. It's a oil-based paint, so it will stand up outside really, really well. And I'm doing basically one color at a time. So that was green, then I did blue, then red, then purple. Once you get your jump standards done, then you got to make the rails. Thankfully, my husband is amazing, and he cut out all the rails for me. So now all I have to do is sand them. And what I did was make the 10-foot rails out of 4x4 lumber that was 10 foot long. Once the rails are all sanded and beautiful, then you're going to paint it with the primer coat again. And with the primer coat, it doesn't really matter if you roll it over when it's wet, because it dries really fast. So I do all edges, all sides of the rails at one time, and then allow it to dry. And it's easy to stack them up. I actually have these little boxes that I made in my garage. That's what I use to stack up my rails and large gates and stuff. Once the primer is dry on your rails, then you can paint one side with the finished color. So first I did blue, then green, and now I am doing red. So these jumps are going to be really fun. This is a very versatile set. There's no stripes on anything. They're all just solid rails. I've never done solid rails before, but I really was pleased with how this set of jumps turned out. And hopefully whoever buys them from me will think so too. Again, I'm just painting the red, and I'm only doing one side at a time. This is all oil-based enamel. It takes a lot longer to dry than regular paint, but I don't want to have any nicks or anything on it. So that's why I do one side at a time. So that's a 2-day job. The next part you're going to work on is building a gate to go with your jump. So I had some leftover plywood, and I used a 2x4 by 10 foot piece of lumber, and then a 2x4 by 8 foot piece of lumber. And that's making the base of it. And then the plywood goes in down in between. And then I wanted to add something a little bit extra, so I'm putting on some 1x3 inch wood, and that's just going to give it a little bit of extra something to make it stand out and look nice. Once you've got your gate all ready to go, then you're going to primer coat this too. Again, I did both sides, so I did the back side first, and then I flipped it over and did the front of the gate as well. Making sure to get in all the little nooks and crannies, and then I actually went in and filled in any little extra spots. Like you can see, I filled those all in. And I apologize for the lighting on this section of the video, but what I'm doing is now painting the entire gate. It's going to be green, so it will match the green standards and the green rail. And again, oil-based paint, so you got to take your time with it. Don't rush. It's better to go back and do 2 coats than it is to do everything in one, fail swoop. And again, I'm going to break down each of these sections to show you how you can do this on your own. This is just basically an overview. It's a speeded up version so you can see what it'll look like. These are the jumps when they're all done. This was a really easy set to make. I made it in about a week, and I wasn't rushing. I was taking my time because I wanted to make sure I did a really good job. I wanted to see what the finished product would be like, and here it is. And the jump cups that I chose to use for these are the Dapple Equine one-handed jump cups. They're really nice. It's really nice when you're out in the arena and you don't have to be looking for lost pins or anything. They're very sturdy. They have like a black rubberized coating on. I'm going to show you step by step in upcoming videos of how I did this, from the standards, the rails, the gate, everything. So if you'd like to see how I built this set of jumps step by step, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.